VERRETT has arrived to a credible acclaim at the Metropolitan Opera singing Carmen. And we're really very, very lucky to have her here to do a little of it for us today. Here is SHIRLEY VERRETT.
Quand je vous aimerai, ma foi, je ne sais pas, peut-être jamais, peut-être demain, mais pas aujourd'hui, c'est certain. Que nul peut apprivoiser, et c'est bien on a qu'on l'a fait, si lui convient de refuser. Les peuples d'en souffrir, par le bien l'atrocité. C'est l'autre que je préfère, il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. Il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, surprendre ma vie de l'aile et s'envola. L'amour va te faire attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tourne-toi vite, vite, il vient s'en va, puis il revient. Il t'évite, tu crois l'éviter, il te tient. De bohème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi.
Thank you very much.
That's classy singing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that audience has class.
Oh, yes, they have.
See, I told you, James,
Very
nothing
classy.
but the best.
Yes, right. Great.
That is, I have a feeling I just heard one of the greatest voices I've ever heard. I really mean that.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Control is magnificent.
Thank you.
How many people know really the suffering, the discipline, the hard work that goes into being able to sing the way you just sang, besides the God-given talent, all the preparation?
It's true.
Tell them how you suffer, Shirley. Go ahead. tell them about the things you can't eat and can't do.
That's right. Oh, now that's something, yes.
Tell them.
Well,
if you dare.
No, it is a great, it's a great discipline. One must have fantastic discipline to be, I think, to do anything professionally. About the eating, I had heard before becoming a singer when I just sang as a child, because I have sung all my life. But when I began to study seriously, to go into the serious music, into opera, I used to hear these things about you can't eat nuts, and you can't eat oily foods, and you can't drink milk, and you can't
eat ice cream,
and you can't eat ice cream. Like forget it. And I thought, what is good for one person is possibly bad for another, and vice versa. So I decided, not at a performance, but at a rehearsal, I decided that I was going to try out a few of these things, a few of these don'ts. So at one rehearsal, I tried out eating nuts. So I don't eat nuts anymore. Because after about a half hour, I began to have tickling in the throat and having to go, which was bad. I couldn't do that in performance. Then I found out I like milk very, very much. But I found out that I couldn't drink milk, cold milk. I can have it hot, but I don't even do that before a performance. I stick to taking honey.
Honey and tea
honey and tea,
Milk won't bother
and that
you.
kind of thing.
Not the way we sing.
You don't drink milk anyway.
I drink anything. I want to change it. See if it changes my luck. I ate nuts before the show.
No, but you see, again,
When she told me
I think that's individual, It comes to the point that so many things, oily food is something else that I can't eat, and I try to stay away from it. But sometimes when you're on the road traveling, you go into certain hotels and it's not, you don't have great hotels wherever you are in the small towns. And so many times you must eat what you can. So therefore you then click your head and say, I guess some of it is psychological. You say, I must eat, so I must eat a little oil today, if you're in a part of the country where they cook a lot of oil.
Mother's Day, candy ham.
Yeah, which I love.
But I don't to be able to stand the way she does. I mean, her voice is great, but
She doesn't have to sing, just the way you stand, Shirley. The audience knows they're going to get something special. Why did you go seriously to serious music, to opera, rather than jazz singing?
Jazz singing.
Or what James does?
Which is great, by the way. I wanted to say congratulations. I wanted to
You sound like you're from the island. You're from the island, huh?
No, I'm not. People take me, they always mistake. I'm an American. I was born in New Orleans, reared in California, and now I make my home in New York. But I think because of the languages that I studied at Juilliard, it gets mixed up with the English sometimes, and it makes an accent, and people don't usually know where I'm from.
Did you start out like most kids in church?
I did. I began my career, first my mother taught me a song to sing in church.
What was
that
song?
The song was Jesus Loves Me, This I Know, or Yes, Jesus Loves Me. It was the first thing I learned as a child. And I sang it in church. My father then heard me sing, because he hadn't heard me while my mother was coaching me in this song. He said after church, he said, Shirley, do you know that you have a voice? And I said, no. He said, yes, you have. He said, would you like Daddy to train you? Well, my father is a builder, but his avocation is singing and music, the whole family. Mm-hmm. And I said, yes. Well, I was 5.5 years old. Anything he said, I would say possibly yes to. But I was interested in singing. He began, to make a long story short, from his basic training, I then developed into almost what I am now. But then I did have to go to professional school, and that was in 1955. I came to New York on a television show. May I name it?
Sure.
The Godfrey Show.
Oh,
so many
one of my
people had a
favorites.
start. 1955 September, and my present teacher, Madam Freschel, saw me on television that night, wanted to meet me, and this is how I got my scholarship to Juilliard, and I spent 5 years at the Juilliard School of Music, graduated, and on full scholarship. And let me say, the reason why I went into serious music, are they waiting for it?
I don't want to have to cut your next. Wouldn't you rather hear her sing? We'll talk about this later.
All right.
Shirley
Sounds
Burke.
great.
The water is wide, I cannot get o'er, and neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat that will carry me to, and both shall roam, my love and I. a gathering flowers both fine and gay, a gathering flowers both red and blue. I little thought what love can do. I lean my back up against some oak, thinking that he was a trusty tree. But first he bended and then he broke, and so did my false love to me. A ship there is, and she sails the sea. She's loaded deep as deep can be, but not so deep as the love I mean.